Today we're going to be testing out Google Stitch, which has a brand new update using Nano Banana. So you can see here, this was a previous image of Google Stitch, and now you can see after what it looks like, and you can basically reimagine, redesign your websites and that sort of thing. There's a bunch of updates that have actually come out for this since Nano Banana came out, but you can see that you now have options between Pro, Rapid, and Redesign. Now, if you're not familiar with what Google Stitch is, essentially is a really powerful tool for designing websites, and it is free to use this, so you can get access to this for free via stitch.withgoogle.com. And there's been some really cool stuff with this. So I'm going to break down exactly how it works, how to use it, how to basically make sure that you can use it yourself. And you can see Stitch by Google made this announcement just a few hours ago that says, introducing Stitch's redesign agent powered by the newly announced Nano Banana Pro. It takes a screenshot or URL and lets you edit and redesign your product with natural language. So basically with Nano Banana Pro inside here, which is a new update that just came out yesterday from Google, you can now, for example, say like redesign this page for a younger audience, or create the image that most likely comes next, or increase the number of users who add to cart, or move the button down 10 pixels, right? So I'm going to show you some examples of how this works, how you can basically use this on your own website, and the step-by-step processes for doing this. All right, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. So we're going to kickstart this now. I'm going to go over to stitch.google.com and select desktop over here. You can also edit apps as well, and now we can start using this. So for example, we're going to say, okay, let's see if we can add a URL, website URL. All right, so if you want to edit a URL or just copy and clone it, you can attach it down here. So you click the plus sign, then you click website URL, and then you can type in, like, for example, juliangoley.com, or let's see if it can actually scan a landing page. So for example, this is our landing page for Black Friday. Let's see if we can improve it with Google Stitch. So I'm going to paste in the URL over here, and I'm going to say, okay, redesign the page so it looks more modern and professional. And then we're using Nano Banana over here with redesign and desktop over here. Then we're going to click enter and see what it does. So you can see it's going to take about 40 seconds to load that for the redesign. And then we're going to have the preview over here. Now, on the top right, we can actually select share, and we can enable sharing and remixing. And then you can copy a link and make it shareable. So for example, I can copy that link. And then if I go over to, say, the AR Profit Boardroom, we can add that inside the video notes right here. So if you want to steal these examples, I'm just going to add a resources section, and then I'll include all the links and resources inside the AR Profit Boardroom from today. So it's designing right now. As you can see, we're sort of buffering and loading, and we'll see what we get back. All right, so now you can see that it's taken the information from the original page and sort of designed it into this example right here. Now, it's quite different to the previous one. So if we open this up, this is the existing landing page I have for Black Friday, and you can see like the copy and everything like that is ready to go. If we actually go back to Google Stitch, the URL is totally different. So maybe it just can't work with good pages. So it's kind of got like, I don't know, it doesn't look that good, right? So it's kind of redesigned it here, but then we've got like this example over here. It just feels, it looks a little bit messy. We'll see if we can work with this anyway. And then we can design a pricing page for the service. It's redesigned the icons over here, included what the package includes, added some social proof on the right with some video testimonials. And then also we've got the navigation bar plus the CTA at the top. It's redesigned the testimonials as well inside this section, and then we've got some other options down there. I'm not sure if I like it though. That's the only thing. I would say if I look at this, and then I look at the original, I would say the original looks a lot nicer. Let's see. Maybe I'm just biased because I designed it myself. So I'm going to try something else now. I'm going to take a new design. We'll go back to all projects, start a new web design, add a new source, add a new URL, and we'll put in juliangoley.com. Let's say improve the design plus make it more modern and redesign it for a B2B audience. Now, if we have a look at more of the updates, it said we launched Stitch as the fastest way to start a new project. However, we noticed a lot of users on production apps and websites. So with the arrival of Nano Pro, we could finally solve the redesign option. And they've built an agent that takes your existing site and redesigns it visually. And then you can say, for example, using the redesign agent, which is a new agent from Google, you can say, right, give it a problem instead of a solution. So instead of saying make the button bigger, you can say fix the usability on the page. So like you're just going wider with what you're trying to solve rather than reliance on something so basic. And then you can also redesign things really quickly. So you can say, right, okay, give this ugly dashboard a modern facelift, and then 20 seconds later, boom, new design for Google, right? Pretty nice. What else we got here? When I want to add a new page, start whiteboard, blah, blah, blah. Okay, just upload a screenshot and we're good to go on that. In the meantime, what I'm also going to do is I will load up another tab here. So we'll have 2 tabs of Stitch. Then we'll go back to previous projects, AI SEO service page. And then I'm just going to paste this prompt in here. Let's say take the landing page and redesign it for a high trust AI SEO agency. Right, so you can be really specific as well with what you want. Like you can see, we'll try that instead. By the way, if you do want to get our Black Friday AI SEO offer that we're redesigning right now, then you can get that link in the comments description. Plus use the code Black Friday to save 20% on AI SEO. What else do we have here? I think that's pretty much it. If I have a look at the updates, so the redesign agent is the main thing that can take website URLs. It's kind of similar to Bolt, isn't it? But it's more like you're creating the design rather than actually coding the site. And if you've not used Nano Banana, it's really, really good. It's way better than the previous version, to be fair. Tested it out on a live stream yesterday. It looks good. So we've got the new updates on the AI SEO page, and it said we've made some significant updates to your AI SEO service landing page to enhance trust and conversion, right? So the landing page now features a bold conversion headline, a hero section, a prominent rank number 1 or you don't pay guarantee page, badge, and then you can see the new version here, right? So here's the old version, and then here's the new version. Right. Now, you can also upload an image, you can zoom in, you can pan, and then select. And then you've got these different options, right? So you can actually annotate it. If you click on annotate here, right, and then take different elements and annotate it. You can also adjust the theme, generate multiple options, switch between mobile, desktop, right, like that, and then give it a thumbs up or thumbs down. And it automatically saves in the top right. So it definitely looks a lot different to before. Honestly, I don't know if I like it. That's the only thing that I'm wondering. This is a pretty cool headline though. Pretty cool CTA right there. It's taken the original testimonials here, but for some reason it's changed the images. So just be careful with that as well. If it's changing images and that sort of thing, yeah, looking good. I think I still prefer the original though. That's the original. Now, I've tried to import juliangoldie.com into Stitch as well. It's taken absolutely ages. You can see here it's taken about 5-10 minutes just to get this far, and it's not really done anything. I think that's because there's so much content on the page. So if you've got a big page with a lot of content, it's going to take absolutely ages. AI, thank you very much, AI Hawk. Appreciate you. Let's see what else we got here. I think a lot of designers are going to be switching to this as well. Then once you've got an example, you can actually say export this design and transfer it to AI Studio. So let's see if we can try that. All right, so if we share this tab instead, I say, okay, export this design and share it to AI Studio. Let's hit enter like so. See if that works. Doesn't seem to work that. Let's see, right, okay, how can I put this in AI Studio? Maybe what we can do is if we click on export here, yeah, there we go. So if you click on the 3 dots at the top above the design, then you're going to click on export, and then from here you can choose what you want. So for example, AI Studio, you can click on make a description, and then this will take the image design from Stitch with the prompt, and we can click on build. So we can start taking that design and then plugging it into AI Studio to start building it out, right? So then it will start building out here, and there we go. All right, and then you can actually add new features as you build out with AI Studio. So basically with Stitch, what you're doing is you are improving the design or designing your website from scratch. And then with everything else, you can basically start building out with AI Studio. Pretty simple and easy. You can also export it to Google Duels too, which is a pretty cool idea. And then it'll just take a little while to build out. You can see it's sort of building out all the components of the website. You can go full screen, or you can check out the code over here. And then if you want to save the app, you can, or download it, save it to GitHub, and actually deploy it as well. Plus, you can actually share that, right? So if you click on share over here, you can start sharing that with your team and everyone else. So it's pretty easy to take a website now and just build it from scratch. And that's, one way you can use it. So you can use it to redesign your current funnels. Some other cool stuff you could do here is like you can actually create some like microsites as well, right? So if we go back to Stitch on Google here, we're going to describe an example, and we can say, right, okay, create a microsite for the AI Profit Reporting. So you could create like little microsites for SEO and stuff like that. And then you can paste in your information here, information about what it does, hit enter, and then use that to generate the page as well. You see it estimates the time, so it gives you about, it says about 40 seconds right there. I think as well, if we go to the individual designs, like this one, for example, and we say, right, okay, regenerate, we can actually redesign the page using, I think that'll be using Nano Banana. So you can see how it's buffering here and basically regenerating the page in the design. So if you don't like the design, you can just click on regenerate and then just wait for it to load. Now, if we go back to AI Studio here, you can see the page itself, right? And then you can see it's created the design that we uploaded from Stitch, right? So we've totally redesigned the page. It's taken all the information about what it does and how it works, etc., and then redesigned it right here. So we've got like a nice little logo. We've got a traffic chart over here that's kind of interactive. We have the new headline for the page, plus a CTA, and then some information about it, what it includes, how it works. So it's redesigned this section, which is pretty nice. And I think you can even, this is an AI-powered demo, which is interesting. So I think if we type something in there, it will actually generate an example strategy. Let's just try that out. We'll go with vegan bakery, generate strategy there. I think that will actually redesign or come up with some ideas instantly for SEO based on whatever people type into the page. Pretty cool. I mean, you could use that as a lead magnet if you collect people's email addresses and that sort of thing. And then as you scroll down, we've got this section here. You probably want to redesign some of this stuff. I mean, that's kind of a weird image to insert right there. Same for this. Is it inserted some random videos? These are not playable, by the way. They look playable, but when you click on them, nothing happens. And then it's talked about the guarantee and everything else. So a pretty nice redesign there. You could easily take like different elements as well. So, if you didn't want to change it all, you could just take the HTML code, for example, for this bit, and then insert it into your page as well. That would look pretty nice, pretty easy to do as well. And then if we go back to the regenerated page, so where we click regenerate, it's completely redesigned the page here using that process. And then over here, we have the redesigned microsite, like we talked about as well. So it's pretty amazing what you can do, how easy it is. It takes a few minutes to load, but it's pretty cool. And then on the left-hand side here, you can see all the projects you've worked on. For example, today, last 7 days, this year, etc. Examples as well. So you can pull in some examples of what Google's already created, and then redesign the whole of whatever website you want, right? Let's say, for example, you wanted to recreate this, right? Recreate this landing page. You could take a screenshot of the whole landing page. We'll just take a screenshot of a little bit so it's faster. Then we're going to go over to ChatGPT. We're going to plug in the screenshot like so, and we'll say recreate this in HTML on canvas, plus make it look more modern, plus cool. Okay? Then we're going to click on the plus sign. We'll select more canvas, right? We want to create it in canvas just so that it looks better. We'll hit into like so, and that should start coding this out, right? So if you prefer to use ChatGPT, which is not as good, you can using ChatGPT and the method that I show you, right? So you take the screenshot, you ask it to create it in HTML like ChatGPT, and then start coding it from there. And now you can see it's coding it out. So it's creating the code, and then once this code is finished being edited, then we'll be able to click on preview over here. We can also copy, edit it, and that sort of thing as well. So that's basically how you do it. We'll wait for that to code out, and then we'll have a look at preview in a second. But yeah, the redesign agent is super powerful. It makes it really easy to use. And what we can do actually is wait for this to load on ChatGPT and then see, okay, which one creates the best version. That's easier and better than ever. I mean, you can use something like Bolt or Lovable as well, but it does tend to come up with a lot of problems. And also, like, you can see how AI Studio just worked with Stitch and worked perfectly first time around. So it's pretty amazing what it can do here. And if you haven't checked out Nano Banana inside AI Studio, it's actually amazing. For example, like yesterday, we created a viral thumbnail creator over here, and you can just upload your reference style, your image, describe what you want, select 4K, and then it will actually generate a thumbnail for you, right? And if you want to see an example of what that looks like, if you have a look at my live stream here, this thumbnail was actually generated on the live stream using Nano Banana. So it's too good. It's too good, my friends. ChatGPT is still coding out right here. Jaden, oh, good to see you, Jaden. It's been a while. Are you doing any more test sites in private? The good old days where people used to experiment with SEO seems to be over. So we're doing that case study that's public with my website, juliangolder.com. And like I've shown, that is doing really well, right? So if you go back over to this one, you can see the traffic has just popped off right here. I'm actually going to cover that in a second. So I'll come on to more SEO stuff in a second as well, and we'll do some SEO together. And I'll talk through like what we did and how we did it and how you can steal it and that sort of thing in terms of the process. We got Christopher Jones, welcome here. And now we've got the page back from ChatGPT. Let's see if it's any good or not. So we're going to allow that, allow selected. Okay. And then we've got this design page. Now, again, like it looks okay, but it's a bit weird, right? Like, I mean, if you look at this page, it's not as good as Google Stitch. So just coming back to Enger's question, you can create it on ChatGPT. Does it look as good? I wouldn't say so. I do think as well Claude is pretty good for coding if you want to use Claude instead. But I think out of all of these, just use Google Stitch, and then after that, you can use AI Studio after that to build it out and deploy it, right? So if we go back to AI Studio, and then we go back to any of the apps that we've built, for example, like this one, we can then click on deploy, select the project, hit deploy app, and then we can deploy this website on the app, right? And basically what that will do is give us a subdomain where it's hosted. So you can see here it's deploying to Cloud Run. Google Stitch, all right? Now, if you want to get access to all the video notes from today, plus some of my best use cases, etc., then feel free to get the AI Profit Boardroom, link in the comments description. We actually have a pre-Black Friday deal that's ending soon, so feel free to sign up now before you miss out. I've shown you how you can use it, how it works step by step with Google Stitch, and how you can do all of this for free, right? So we've got some resources inside there, and then we've also talked about like how to redesign your current funnels, how to create content hubs, how to create mini sites, how to monetize this as well, and then also some like bonus tricks as well, right? In terms of like different options right here. So if you want to get that, that's inside the AI Profit Boardroom. We've also got updates on Gemini, which just came out, so Gemini 3.0, Nano Banana, all the latest updates we're covering inside the AI Profit Boardroom. It's probably the most active community in the world when it comes to the latest updates. Like all this stuff, it just came out, and we've already got training modules on it. Inside the community too, you can see we have a very active community of people, so you can connect with 1,700 builders. We're running different contests as well, and you can ask any questions inside here that you have, and we'll get back to you, right? And then also inside the classroom, you can learn all of our best automation processes. So for example, if you want to learn, how to do AI from scratch, well, you can learn our 6-week AI automation class. Or for example, if you want to learn how I automate X and AI avatar videos and shorts and everything else to reach millions of people at this point, then you can get that all inside this section here. We also have trainings on lead generation and social media, email and content, AI automations, so video to blog posts, video transcripts, newsletters, building email lists, etc. And then additionally, we have a full training for agencies. So if you want to get more clients and scale your AI automation agency, you can. And additionally, we have Q&A call recordings here, AI SEO automations, like you can see. And then inside the classroom too, you can learn YouTube and how we automated YouTube with AI in this 6-week masterclass as well. Right. We also run 4 weekly coaching calls, and you can jump on those calls, ask any questions you have, get as much help as you need. And then also If you can't make the calls, then you can watch them back inside the classroom if you scroll down here. So feel free to get that link in the comments and description. And if you want to order SEO online, you can. Link in the comments and description. We've got a 20% discount code right now. So just use the code Black Friday, and then you can click through to the order page, select your SEO package, type in your coupon. So for example, Black Friday, and then you can see how much you save. All right. And then you can select between packages and sign up down here. The other thing I would say about the AI Profit Boardroom is we just have 24 hours left on this offer, right? So right now you can lock in 35% forever off the AI Profit Boardroom. That brings it down from $71 a month to $45 a month, which saves $300 per year, which is an absolute bargain. You get all my best tech stacks. You learn how to build AI avatar videos, like you can see on my channel. My best AI systems lab, which is going to save you hours every week by removing the manual repetitive tasks that drain your time. You'll get the guided automation engine, which basically helps you generate leads on autopilot to automate outreach, follow-ups, responses, scheduling, nurturing, and reminders. You'll also get the starter funnel system inside the AI Profit Boardroom. So this helps you turn traffic into leads with a plug and play funnel that you can just swipe and deploy from us. You also learn how to land more clients, 100 or 1000x content engine. So this basically helps you get more traffic by turning one idea into content across every platform. So you get more reach, more visibility, more attention. And then you also get the 6-day momentum blueprint, right? So this basically shows you how to accelerate your growth by giving you the exact steps to generate attention, drive traffic, and get more leads and sales. Okay. Top of that, you get the daily AI Profit Boardroom live experience. You get live calls where you can solve problems with us together, so you can move quicker, fix bottlenecks, and build with confidence. All right, and you can join us every day, get feedback, ask questions, make progress without wasting time for searching answers online. All right, so feel free to get that. This is what the AI Profit Boardroom page looks like when you land on it, and then you can just order here. So we have this flash sale for Black Friday, and you can order now. And if you order now, you save 35%.